Well, hello there, mateys. It's good to see everybody out. Of course, I see good old Mayor videos already online. How you doing? It's a wonderful Saturday here in beautiful Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm sitting back, chilling, checking out some of the collection that I've been working on, and looking forward to having a coin chat with all our friends within the community. And even down the road, doing a little wheel of names there to see if someone would like to pick up on a Canadian large cent today. I hope everybody's enjoying their weekend so far. It's pretty early yet. I know I've been having a very interesting weekend so far. Checked out the Royal Alberta Museum yesterday, and it was a pleasant experience. Went out with the friends and family. Um, I hope that more folks join me online here. Right now, I'm just checking out some of the coins that I have that haven't been sorted. There he is. My goodness. Yes. And I'm hoping that some of my friends from Austria and maybe even Dale from Collecting World UK will show up today. But other than that, it's a rather quiet day today. I'm curious, how have you been occupying your days these days now that the winter is pretty well set in? I know up here in Canada we've had some pretty cold and snowy days. Uh, a lot more people are doing things indoors and doing things like our coin collections. Certainly can occupy some of the time that we have. This week, I picked up a couple things from the Royal Canadian Mint. Uh, I've got the brand new 50 cent coins that came out. So I got a roll of those to add to my collection. And hibernation is hibernation for the nation. And I picked up another collectible. Today's collectible. Again, with me, I do the military themes. This one here is the 2025 fine silver proof dollar Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, which is from 2000 to 2025. And let's see if we get it lined up so you can see it there. It's actually quite a nice addition. Now I'll be used with these. I don't leave them in the clamshells. I know some people do. Clamshells are nice. I don't throw them away. I hold on to them. Down the road, I may have to pack up my collection if I'm moving, or if, heaven forbid, has to be passed on to someone in the family if I pop my clogs. But in the meantime, what I do is I use acrylic stands, or if I'm fortunate enough, again, this is a very cool thing. This was done on a 3D printer. Is a stand for a coin done in a khaki green, kind of a military thing, one that a friend of mine made up for me. And the other thing that you can get a hold of is you can get a hold of. I love these floating displays. I mean, they're quite popular, and you can put everything in these things from coins to cat badges to precious metals or whatever else you want to put on display, photographs or whatever. The other thing too is speaking of displays, one of the things that I do with my displays, you see it in the background here. I get a hold of these small flags, and I'll use them to add a little pop of color into the displays. This will show that green sand really well. Where did I put you? See if that'll work there. See how it works with the greens. So it looks pretty good. And today I'm just again going through my collection to see what needs to be checked on. Some of the stuff that I'm checking out, and I'm having a lot of fun, by the way, with my new coin microscope. See if I can tilt this a little bit back this way so you can see. Oh, that doesn't show it very well, does it? You see a little bit more to this one than the older one I had. But I find I get a lot more detail on this one. So now that I've got my good friend Marlon online, seems to be the only one in the house at the moment. What are you doing these days? I take it that you're not at work today. Oh, there's Darren. Hi, Dimebag. How are you? Yeah, there's another one I gotta go visit. Yeah. Ah, worked the last few nights. Well, time to get out and play in the snow today. Yeah. You go, right? You go, guy. I went hobnobbing through that museum and that art gallery. By the way, I'm thinking that we need to really write whoever it is that's running the art gallery here in Edmonton and ask them who it is that arranges these exhibitions. I mean, I'm actually in shock at what they're doing with this multi-million-dollar building that's literally empty. What attracted my attention, it advertised as collectors, and of course, me being a collector, I have to take a look and see what's in there. I thought, well, maybe they got more than just paintings and statues and stuff. So I went in there and I think, well, maybe they got coins and stuff they're showing or whatever. I walked in and every floor was virtually empty. And what stuff they had on was, I guess it's a matter of your own personal taste. But in my impression, it looked like a 2-year-old had done a lot of the paintings. It was I'm going to start doing some abstracts myself because they were so bad, and a lot of the stuff was disgusting. How can you? And I'm being serious on this. How can you claim a pile of recovered garbage put into a pile art? Where is that art? That's not art. That's garbage. That's what, and then dump it in the middle of a room, saying, "Look at this." One of the pieces was from one side looked like a pile of folded clothing, and then from the other side it was cut in half, and it was cigarette butts. What? No, nothing beautiful, nothing. I can even do slightly I've seen some nice looking abstracts, but I mean, you're not seeing Van Goghs or Monets or spectacular, even local artists. I'll tell you who's a good local artist here, Josh Alexander. And if you ever get a chance, check out his YouTube channel. Josh Alexander actually does paintings using his fingers. And the guy's amazing. He also does metal work, and he'll take common everyday objects like spoons and forks and knives and make these tremendous art pieces. And they look like something. They don't look like just a pile of crap sitting in the middle of a floor. Just yeah, exactly. They're garbage. Yeah, yeah, it would be hard to get the Mona Lisa on loan, but I mean, there we I think we should promote our local artists, especially those that actually have talent. Uh, I think the main focus in the art gallery, they had one piece that was actually well done, but it was extremely disturbing, and it showed the RCMP and the Catholic Church in an extremely bad light, where they were pulling Native childrens out of their homes and is showing them kicking and screaming. And yes, that may have actually happened, but it was the only piece that actually was well done, and it was extremely disturbing. So uh, it's not showing any of the other side of the coin too. There are good things that happen during that period, not all bad. So why not show the whole picture and not just half? Yeah, local art is local art. Well, we do have some tremendous artists. Uh, Even in the museum, I found that there was a good example of waste of space is that they had one coin, one coin. It was probably a 5 ounce coin. It was a military thing, and it was the only thing in this huge area that they could have filled up and made a spectacular display with. But all it was one coin in a stand, and that was it. I'm absolutely dumbfounded by the way some people they have no idea of doing how to do displays, how to catch the eyes, and that's my passion. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, maybe I've missed my calling because these someone needs to show them how to do things. And of course, we got Tripwire in the house. Wow, yeah, it's something that I think that we should really start looking at. I'm going to put a link in here if anybody wants to come up. Yeah, let's see here. Here we go. Since there's so few on here, and it's mostly people I know, I'm not going to panic here. There you go. Anybody wants to come up and chit chat, by all means. But yeah, I'm distraught with some of the things that we do, and especially in how our establishments spend money. They just yeah, I know people get paid to do these displays, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. Yeah, and the other thing I noticed going in there is that everybody had, especially the service people, and I really like people who are in public service. They're doing a good job. Most of the time, do a good job. When you come across some where they are absolutely toxic, and a good example is I run across this one person who was, at work working basically a lunch counter, and she's serving treats. Let's say Rice Krispie treats, and they were so old and so hard. When you press down on them, they turned to dust. And when you brought forth the problem that these things are, they shouldn't be fed to a dog or anybody else, for Pete's sake. She says, "Well, I don't want them back. Give him something else." And she was really nasty. And you just like, wow, take a chill pill, lady. Don't you care about other people? If you're in the service industry, you got to learn how to talk to people, and you don't treat people like I'm an inconvenience to you. I'm not asking you to do anything out of the ordinary. I was more concerned with someone else buying this and getting poisoned by it or getting sick. I don't think anybody would have married her. She's kind of, if you want to, I hate to talk nasty about it, but she was a troll. It's just like, oh, okay. Yeah, you shouldn't be behind the counter. Do I live on a ship? I did my time on board a ship, and quite a few sailing vessels in my time. I'm now a landlocked sailor. Believe me. How's it going, Joe? Yeah, I cruised the Great Lakes and fishing in the Bay of Fundy. I was never in the Navy. I was actually Army. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I guess I spent too much time on the water. But my family should not be on board ships. Uh, uh, one of my family members went down on the Titanic, third class, so he fell out of the gene pool early. I had two members of my family served on board. Get this, Joe, the Arizona, and they are actually entombed in that vessel. Another one that we had, Captain Edward Zealand on my mother's side. He's my fifth or sixth great grandfather. Served with Admiral Nelson, and he retired in York, which is now Toronto, Ontario. Became the admiral of the York Yacht Club, and the poor bugger decided to go for a stroll out in the country, and he got too close to some cattle, and a cow kicked him, killed him. So I guess he should have stayed on ship, but yeah. So really, my family tends to lean towards the water, but me, I'm landlocked now, unless I want to grab a prairie schooner. But we got some good lakes out. We have more lakes out here than Carter has pills. But I don't like the fishing out here. I'm one that likes trolling, using live bait. Whether it be night crawlers or minnows, whatever. Out here, they love the fly fishing and catch and release, and that's not for me. Well, Darren, I put the link in there. I thought you were going to come up and visit. Well, that's the beauty of this, and it really, a lot of it's because I'm into genealogy. I've got to look up a lot of this stuff, and oh, there he is. He's popped in. There's the man, and here we got Dimebag Darren Lowe.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
Ça va très bien, merci à vous.
Très bien.
Come see, come saw over here, but I'll take what I can get.
So is that your green screen that you got hanging up there and behind? Looks good. Yeah, I like to cook what I catch too, Marlon. It's definitely a lot more interesting than just catching and releasing. Northern pike, yeah, pike, pickerel, muskie. Muskie is a good fish if you like a little bit of fight. Oh, what happened there? You're looking kind of green.
Needs a little adjustment. Hang on.
Yeah, I got my round green screen tucked into the back room because I just can't seem to get it right. So besides, my little room's not that bad. Oh, geez, Joe. You know, our dollar has plummeted so bad. It's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I'm sure I'm like a lot of other people, especially the ones that are into stacking. I still buy silver and the occasional gold piece, but not as much because it's just too expensive. So as soon as it goes down in price, then I start buying more. But yeah, I always and of course any premium pieces that have unique designs and whatnot. As long as again, mostly the military themed, I'll pick them up. I have no qualms about that at all. I mean, Canada's been coming, even though we're going through a lot here. They're still the Mint's still coming through and bringing out some new sets. I mean, we got the classic sets that are out now. These little things here, and if you want a cheap way of getting every denomination for the year, this is a bloody awesome way of doing it right there. So you got your half dollar and your toonie and loony and nickel, dime, and quarter, and they also brought out the 2024 package and the 2025 package. I don't remember what year I'm in here, and that one's got the special loony in there for the year. This is the 2025 package that's available, and as you can see, they've got the unique design on the loony, which in this here is what is that thing? Oh yeah, bear with a bunch of flags and some fireworks. Oh, and the baby bear is on the mama bear's back. Interesting. Don't know if that's true to life, but I'm not sure whether you're hitting the bricks or you're out in the yard. Oh, KK, how are you? Oh, hello there. Yeah, it's Joe. The Maple Leaf is a beautiful coin, and I love all its security features. It makes for a much nicer piece, and of course, it's 4/9 silver, which is also a little perk as well. The only thing in the past, if you look at some of the older Maple Leafs, a lot of them had milk spots, but lately I haven't seen too many. Have you, Darren?
No, but I haven't been looking honestly at the maple lately. But I know that there was a whole round of them that had the milk spots, which devalued the coins a little bit numismatically. But they're still beautiful 999999999999999 silver. Well, maybe not so many nines, but
was ist los mit der 9? Das ist verboten.
9. I love 9. So did the Beatles.
KK says, Darren, even you have some handsome quality.
That's what happens as you get older. It just seeps in while you're not looking.
More 9?
More 9. More cowbell. Oh, more. More. I like more. I actually don't own a Maple Leaf. I was working towards getting one and something went a little south. I didn't end up with one, which is fine. I'll eventually have a Maple Leaf. I just, as I say, they've eluded me.
Mm-hmm.
So, until that day, right?
Yeah, there's only so much refining you can do.
Try to dust off the age. Now we got the green screen working.
KK says she's just stopped by to give some support.
Thanks, KK. Appreciate you very much. Yeah, it's nice when people come by and even just ring the the like button quickly, let you know they stopped by, but they're busy. People are busy, especially on the weekends, and you know.
Oh, I know. I know.
Super
So
Bowl Sunday. Have you got a pick? I'm going with the Eagles. Eagles fly.
I don't follow the Super Bowl at all.
I don't either, but I still pick one on Super Bowl day so I can be against somebody and for somebody else.
Ah.
Yeah, and a friend of mine is a big Eagles fan. He's got the hat, he wears the jersey, the whole schmear. So, out of respect of a good friend, I just basically back the Eagles. Unless somehow the Seattle team would be in it, and then I would probably back the Seattle team proximity wise. Maybe is the reason there. Just because and because they're always an underdog. They're not a good team generally, I wouldn't think. But yeah, yeah, Eagles fly, baby. We got a few other Eagles people. Music, KK's and Eagles. Hey, Mayor, he's an Eagle fan. Eagle backer. All those American friends of ours say about their Eagles. I say, you know how many Eagles there are in British Columbia? Like, you think you've got Eagles down there in the United States of America? Eagles like the local bird. Did I get mail from you yet? From Dark Truth Collections. No. Oh, you don't have my right address. Dang.
Uh oh.
Who's Dark Truth? I don't recognize the name.
I can't remember where they are.
I have a different address.
That's right.
You're
You've
gonna
moved.
get that back. If you haven't got a Edmonton address, then so no worries. Just should it come back, let me know and we'll figure that out. I am not a person of concerning nature. So, like the duck, the water rolls off my back, like the twig in the river. Once it goes under the bridge, the twig never comes back.
Mm-hmm.
We are Zen.
We are Zen.
We are Zen. Mm. My back is waxy. I don't know how that comes into play. Why is this back waxy? No, I understand, Mayor. If you had told me you had brought sexy back, that I would get, because clearly you bring sexy back. But I don't understand anything about wax. Oh, waxy back's the duck. Yes, the duck. The duck has a waxy back. I haven't handled very many ducks. I cannot confirm the waxy back theory. If it's something you know, then we'll go with that. I'm bringing waxy back. Hey, sorry.
There we go.
There we
I
go.
got something special to share with you guys. It's coming.
Do we have to learn?
Well, no, you don't have to learn if you don't want to, but the 27th of February is coming up, which is Paardeberg Day. And Paardeberg Day was Canada's original Remembrance Day until November 11th, 1918, when it switched over to that date. And Paardeberg's important, especially to the Royal Canadian Regiment, who's going to be celebrating Paardeberg Day here shortly. In Edmonton, the association is actually having their yearly brunch, Paardeberg Day brunch, on the 1st of March, just to accommodate those that don't like going out on weekdays. And this is an important day because this was the first time Canada actually came together as a nation to fight as Canadians, not just part of the British Empire. So I like collecting coins and memorabilia from this era, and I should just remind everybody to remember that it's Paardeberg Day coming up, which is very, very cool. Okay, I don't quite understand that one. It's why duck is a greasy chicken.
Well, duck is a very fatty dish, right? That much I know. I have had it at times in small amounts, but I think if you go to the restaurant and order duck, it's quite a fatty animal. Is that not right?
Yeah, duck does tend to be, but it is so good. Orange glazed duck. Oh, amazing meal.
Remember an old joke that takes forever to tell about a duck. And it isn't a particularly good joke, so I'm not going to tell it.
All right, I got a tale to tell. On my survival training course, I was dressed in a set of coveralls with running shoes with no shoelaces, dropped off in the middle of nowhere with a live chicken on a string. And I had to go for like 5 days to try to survive with just that. Well, I think it was on day 4. I was so bloody hungry, I decided it was time to kill the chicken. But I was a wuss. I couldn't bring myself to kill a chicken. So I found this pond, and it took the string, and I flung the chicken out into the water, and it sunk. I did get a fire going, and I ate that thing. It was the most disgusting fowl I've ever eaten. I'm like, oh boy. So yeah, that chicken sunk.
Well, you need 11 herbs and spices to make them half decent. That's what I understand.
That's true.
Without 11, not 10. 10 doesn't cut it. You need 11 herbs and spices, and they're apparently secret. Just saying.
We got Moon over Miami in the house. He's not driving around for a change, or is he?
I don't know, but whenever I hear that name, I just want to make an order and get that thing delivered to my table as soon as possible.
That's Moon over Miami.
I'll take it.
I've had that one.
Yes, sir. Well,
Oh, did you find a decent restaurant to go to? Did you try that place I said? The Ashford?
yeah, not yet. That was just the other day. I'm not that quick. In fact, we have been frequenting some better establishments lately, or we had hoped, I suppose. And we did find a nice sushi place where they know what they're doing, very enjoyable and expensive. And we actually stopped at, and I don't know how many of them there are, so as I mention it, there may only be the one, and that's the Captain's Boil.
Sounds vaguely familiar. I don't think I've been to it though.
We've driven by it on a couple of occasions, and since it's clearly seafood at some level, we stopped by, and what they do is they put together in a food safe bag. They kind of do a sous vide on you, where they deliver you a bag full of sauce food. It's got corn on the cob in it. It's got some potatoes, solid big, like rock, big potatoes, and then a pound of shrimp or a pound of clams or a pound of whatever it is that everything is sold by the pound market rate, right?
Right.
So it's a pricey place too, actually.
Well, if you're really into seafood, there's a place in Clover Bar. I mean, I'm trying to remember the name of it, that has exceptional seafood. Not only can you purchase it to take home, but you've got a small restaurant there, and you can have fish and chips or whatever. And it's not bad at all. I've only been there the once, but I'm pounding my head trying to remember the name of it.
Well, for now, what we want is as close as we can get to authentic UK fish and chips.
It's getting harder. We had some good ones. We had back home fish and chips. They were outstanding. And unfortunately, the owners moved away and they shut it down. So that's the one we used to go to. That was wonderful.
Yeah, when we walked into the Japanese restaurant for the sushi the other day, it was full of old Asian people. I'm like, yes! This is the place. We don't do that to our elderly. We don't take them for crappy food.
Oh no, they'll voice their opinion. I know I would.
There we go. Yeah, there's the extent of the green screen right there. So I put it behind me, and then using OBS, I crop in the sides so there's no way to actually see past the screen.
Right.
You see on the left-hand side there. Hang on. Let me just grab. So actually, right here, I'm on. I could leave it go that far. And on the other side, how far? You see how I have stuff there? Oh, you see now. You got to get used to this too. I'm not. First thing you do is you get it centered on your camera like that. So you have an equal amount of border on either side, and then in OBS you get rid of those borders. Mm-hmm. Just go ahead and drag them in on both sides. Oh, tool. Thank you. So now I've gotten rid of the borders. Now I'm not quite centered, so I'll move myself over just a tiny bit.
You've got your OBS set up so that you can use multiple cameras then.
Oh yeah.
For say, for instance, you want to show coins on your table or and chat off to the side, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but one camera is the same as another. It's just It's just like adding another. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe I'm gonna try to get you to come over here and see if you can help me set up mine so that's a little closer to. I mean, I'm nowhere. I don't have the setup nowhere near like you have, but.
The first problem that I'm always going to have at your place is that you've got a Mac. And so it's not an issue because it runs OBS and everything we want to do is in OBS. So I don't care from that point of view. But the number of plugs on the back to plug things in, I got like freaking 70 and you have 3. And that's a real expansion issue.
Well, I did get a little bar. I can add more to it.
Well, that's how all the cameras end up coming in when a person does add cameras. And then the next problem is if you add a bunch of cameras on this kind of a thing like that, they're all going into the same controller and the controllers become overwhelmed. Whereas when you have a Windows machine, it probably has 2 controllers. And if you add another card, I've got another card in mine. I have multiple USB controllers so they can handle the high bandwidth of high quality video cameras. So you find other problems as you go forward that I'm going to be a little bit unfamiliar with because of Mac. But I know what we want to do, and you don't want that many cameras, but getting your scope and all that, and that running on OBS it's a matter of getting used to it. It's a matter of actually having it set up the right way so you can play with it. And honestly, you come over here, I'll make you sit in the captain's chair and just point out what you need to click on. And again, you're not running a different kind of computer. You're running the same software. So it'd be the same for you at home. So I would go, what would you do to do that? And you'd go, would I click here? I go, yeah, you're right. And would I click here? No, not there. You got to click here first before you click that. And by the time we're done, we do a couple of tandem shows maybe on the weekend, get together once every weekend or once every second weekend, or broadcast them here once a month or whatever it is. The other thing is you're in my band, by the way. So I'm the bass player and I'll try to sing. You are the guitar player. So that's up to you. We'll be getting together.
I have all my guitar around with me.
No, I got one here for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a Fender Stratocaster, a Yamaha Pacifica, but it's a Strat. So we got a Strat, I got my bass, I'm getting some keyboards from Long & McQuaid, I'm getting a looper. We should be able to make ugly noise. We'll need 4.
Heard that here first, boys and girls.
We need 4 chords from you. That's all we need. 4 chords. Whatever 4 chords you learn, I'll go to music people I know and say, we got these 4 chords. What songs are capable with those? And they'll give me a list of songs that we could play. Like you would even thought, you just get the right 4 chords, Get me an A and a D and give me a G in there somewhere. We'll make a song. I don't care. Look, Billy. You know who Billie Eilish is? She's talentless and she made music. Look at us. We're smart. Just saying.
I don't have a wood fireplace, so I don't have any cords of wood anywhere. Oh, you mean something else? Okay.
That's the other thing I love is my cough button. I wish almost that as soon as I hit the cough button, it automatically muted the video as well. Just put up a little "be right back."
Would you call that a hack?
Would I call that a hack?
Yeah, a cough button.
No, because a hack is a novel thing that's unusual that someone's discovered and employed, whereas a cough button in broadcasting is something that is at every radio station in the world, and I don't know why we all don't have them, because they're cool.
Cool. Well, we get good enough. We can get guys like Straight Up Metal Detecting, and I think he plays.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we gotta... Now, perfect. So now you only have to learn some chords. Straight Up is our lead player. We need somebody who plays lead. Like, you're Guitar George. You know all the chords. That's what we need. We need a guitar player who's a strictly rhythm. We need another guy who's lead. I can play bass, kinda. And there's a drum machine, but I bet you Marlon could beat the Skins. I bet you. I got a feeling.
And have a numismatic name like Nickelback. Call ourselves the Nickel Butts.
Well, why don't we just swap that out a little bit differently? Instead of Nickelback, which is regressive, let's be Dollar Forward.
Dollar Forward.
Yeah.
And our government can take a hint.
And we could be a Nickelback tribute band. Called Dollar Forward.
Dollar Forward.
Oh, Mayor plays sax. Oh, yeah. Woo! Yes, absolutely. Oh, and Mayor's got... Oh, I love those BC Rich beasts. We're going to have to be a little more metal with that. We're going to... Dollar Forward is clearly going to have a metal... Oh, we got this beat now.
And
Dollar Forward. Silver Future. It's got to have an aspect of the future forward, and it has to be numismatic. Dollar Forward, Silver Future, Bullion Future, Bullion, I don't know.
Yeah. Bye, Canadian Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
We got to replace levee with one of the names of the dams.
Dams?
Yeah, but we can't say dam.
Levi's.
Well, what's the WAC Bennett Dam? That's one of them. Drove my Chevy to the Bennett, but the Bennett was dry. And that would be a reference to the Bennett Dam. Unless this band is playing speed, death, dot, grind, well, you can't pass. We need you, man. We have to get there. We're working on our first 4 chords. What do you want?
No kidding, eh?
Actually, you know what? Officially, honestly, with our first 4 chords, we're a punk band. The simple as that. If you got 4 chords, you're a punk band. Just like because. I think it's a rule. I love how we trick all the Americans like that. Fuck, we're awesome. Oh, see how nice we are?
Sorry.
The irony. Where's my little portable? Don't I have that? Hang on. Looking for the portable camera here. One of these has it.
I think I love them. Oh, wait a minute. I think that was the Partridge Family.
There it is.
I got a beautiful guitar. I got a lovely acoustic guitar.
There's the guitar.
The Exploited equals Punk's Not Dead.
There's the guitar and there's the bar.
Yeah, my son was an exceptionally good pipe player. Being a piper in the or having one in the family was quite the honor. And he actually was a competition player, so he was good. I play trumpet, so going into string is a whole new ball game for me. Yeah, pipes playing Black Bear and Highland Laddie and Farewell to the Grey by the Royal Scots Dragoon Guards.
We had that at my high school. We had a pipe band.
Yeah, it's Skipper on trumpet. You know, I was pretty good. I was a pretty good trumpet player. I played in marching band, the whole 9 yards.
He was useless at the 10th yard, though. Got tired. He was only good for 9 yards. So long as the parade was short,
Hey,
it was all right. Only 9 yards.
that's why I felt. Well, see, I was always in the big band. You know, Glenn Miller and Tommy Dorsey and all that. I love that music.
Mayor on Smaxophone, baby. Were you the regimental bugler? Tell the truth.
Yeah, every time I listen to the Buglers on Remembrance Day, I listen, I cringe as they make the mistakes when they're trying to play.
Seems a kind of unforgiving instrument almost, in that there's no valves. You've got to do it with you got to do with your face.
It's all embouchure, every bit of it.
Now, what did you just say? On the shirt?
Embouchure.
Describe what that means.
It's you have to purse your lips to get the sound you want when there's no valves. You do it with the trumpet too, but it's more so with a bugle. Mm-hmm. So you are controlling the highs and lows with the tightness of your lips as you blow through into the trumpet.
But the term that you just used to describe that was what exactly?
Embouchure.
See, that is not a word. I just got it. You hit me with a brand new word for me. I don't get new words every day, you know, and very rarely, honestly. But that is, would you spell it? Could you throw it in the chat? Anybody know how to spell it? Oh, we got it. Oh, okay. I can see the French in that. Bouche is the mouth. Embouchure. Okay, yeah. Absolutely. Well, see, you learn stuff. And we deep dive these things here, you know?
Yeah, and your embouchure is significantly different when it comes to the size of your instrument. If you're blowing into a tuba compared to a trumpet, big difference.
Ladies, take it into consideration. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's good to have strong lips.
Well, with the woodwinds, if you got to read, you're going to get it buzzing along. But if you're doing it all embouchure, that means the vibrations are coming off of your lips. So, again, yeah, I'm not going back there. That's special? I'll call it that. It's a skill. Let's call it that too. But yeah, and getting to read to sing is a skill. Boy, I tell you, you saxophone players, Any of y'all that think that you just blow on a saxophone and just make it go, good luck. It's not how it works. Now, woodwinds, you gotta have a chance. If you kind of find the right pressure to blow into it, you're gonna get some sound likely, and you'll note that different things make that sound get better. So you might just figure your way to tuning it up and getting some half decent sound out of a woodwind. But if it's powered by a reed, you don't know what you're doing, you'll never get the thing to make noise. Especially if you have to install the reed, then you're sunk. If somebody installs the reed properly so that it'll play, then, and you understand what you're trying to do, you got a small chance. But if you have to put the reed in yourself the first time, you don't know what you're doing, you will never get that thing to sing.
Well, unless you were, it was an early Superman type reed, like George Reeves.
He's hard to squeeze in, and he makes a lot of noise while you're doing it. Complains a lot, that guy.
So today, we're getting down the wire. So today we're going to do a wheel of names.
Wheel of names.
Wheel of names, because we're going to do a giveaway for anybody that's in chat, and you'll have to make sure you at least say something in chat so I can get you, because I'm not very good at doing this, but hopefully today's better than last time. Today I got a 1913 Canadian 1 cent. It's a large penny. I evaluated it as a fine 15 approximately. Again, this is not a grade, it's just an evaluation. But it's really hard to see on here. Anyway, but that's it there. That's my giveaway for today, and I'll throw in a Numismaniac sticker as well with that. So make sure that you do leave a comment of some sort there, and then I will play around with that wheel of names to see if I can actually make it work.
Let's see here. Had you heard from Dale today?
No, not at all. Dale, it's been silence. Dale's been very busy. He's been, reinventing himself.
Yeah, you see, this has arrived. It's...
Oh, you got something from Dale?
Yeah, and I want to wait till he's on. I'm not in a big rush, but I don't want to reveal too much of the addresses here. But yes, this came. So we're going to put that off then. I'm going to wait for Dale on that. Because again, it's nothing pressing, and I really want him to be there ideally. You think that's all right? That's a good idea, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I've managed, ever since our postal strike, I've been catching up. I've got most of mine out now.
Well, I'm a horrible bastard, which means I have to get a hold of Martin and figure out who I'm supposed to be sending something to, because I don't know why I look through all my emails, can't figure out who I'm supposed to send something to. But I am, and I did promise somebody something. I just haven't the slot. I'm not well organized is basically what it comes to. No. And the thing is, too, as I moved, I packed up all my shipping supplies. And my shipping supplies are like low-grade greeting cards that I get from Value Village and batches of, I don't even know how many they put in the plastic bag. Well, I says to the wife the other day, I have things I need to send. Can you stop off at Value Village and get one of those? So she did just the other day. So I'm stocked back up on greeting cards that make no sense and thank you cards, and whatever's in the package, you will get. So now I'm getting closer to being able to send stuff out.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I know that there's a box full of my mailing stuff somewhere, but I'm not going to find it till summertime. -20, I'm not going through the garage. Sorry. Not going to happen. I've already bought a snowblower. Do you have a snowblower?
No, I have a son.
I have two, but they were whining about it, so...
Well, mine better not whine Actually, it's his wife that does most of the snow clearing for me, or my neighbors. They're wonderful.
Since we moved in, the neighbor's been really good, especially about just as he does his, he just goes down the sidewalk and he ends up blowing our sidewalk off too because he's got a machine. But, you know, I'm probably going to regret this, but I didn't want to get involved in another gas-powered lawn unit just because the maintenance and the whatnot. So I bought the most expensive plug-in one. I also don't want to mess with batteries because I don't have the whole ecosystem where you've got, 10 different tools and battery packs every time you bought a different tool. So you've got a bunch of battery packs. That's great for those people. But for me, I figured just whatever's the best that plugs into the wall is what I want. And that's more or less what I got. They call it Snow Joe. And you can find them on Amazon, but they're local too at the Rona. And it's just an electric snowblower, basically, So we'll see. I realize that generally, like with a lawnmower, you can get your lawn mowed with an electric lawnmower, but, so much easier and better with a gas one. I'm kind of expecting that with the snowblower as well, but we haven't got that much driveway. And if the snowblower will just keep it cleared and the boys will use it without too much complaint, we'll take it from there. But then, it is like I say, buy once, cry once. Maybe I should have gone ahead and bought the cheapest of the gas ones or something else. But I guess I'll discover that as we go.
Mm-hmm.
As we go.
So, guys, type in Penny, who wants to be in the draw.
Penny.
Just Penny.
Okay. If I win, I'll be adding something to the pot and sending an additional winner something. So I'm on the panel. I do not participate. And if I participate, it's only to give a little bit more. Not much, by the way, so don't worry about it. But if God says, no, you're not getting out of it this time, you got to give something, I'll say, yes, Lord, begrudgingly. I'm one of those. I throw everything up in the air. Whatever the Lord wants, he takes. Whatever falls back is mine. We're going to leave that open a while. I think we got a couple so far. Come on, people. We want to give you something for visiting a beautiful Canadian large cent draw. Do you have the thing set up for StreamYards for the word penny?
No, I'm just doing it manual because there's so few here.
Oh.
Once I get it set up, I will.
Well, I'll tell you, if you set up the StreamYard tool, which it's like I could show you now if you'd like, but regardless, when you put up that banner with the word penny on it, it draws people. And what I mean by that is if you go to your subscriptions page, all the little pictures of what's happening on all the channels you subscribe to are semi-live. If you move your mouse over the picture, it updates to what's happening on that channel immediately. And people will have all their favorites, all their channels that they're subscribed to on the screen, and just move their mouse through the pictures.
Oh, you're going to have to sit with me and show me that because that just went way over my head.
That's just YouTube.
I can't even visualize it.
Well, you've got channels you subscribe to on YouTube, a lot of...
somewhere.
Well, and you've got a subscriptions tab where you can go and see if anybody's live. Well, that same tab. If somebody's live and you move your mouse over their picture, you don't have to click on it. You just got to hold your mouse over it. And you'll begin to play from that channel what's live at that moment. So you get a little preview of what's going on there without clicking and going over necessarily. And if there's a draw window up, it's time to get into the draw, you can click and go over and get yourself in the draw before it's too late. That's kind of how it's done.
Okay, well, this is what I got right now.
Woohoo! Tell me if it ain't different. Chat, you all know. A lot of you have been at this longer than me. It's kind of like that, isn't it? Am I wrong? Am I spilling truths? Sorry. Don't tell him. How the hell do we win on? Jimmy Licari's secret is out. I actually think that guy just earns really good karma somehow in life. Not sure how.
Well, I'm not. I'll give it one more minute. And you guys can see what's up there if there's anybody missing.
Went through another box there the other day real quick. Found myself quite a few more RCAFs. And I've been finding the unpainted, Inuit, unpainted Inuit.
Right.
So that's rounding things out nicely for the collection.
Oh, that's cool.
We were able to obtain a couple of the painted Inuit through that meeting where we met there at the mall, and then a couple more I found in circulation, but the unpainted ones have been slower in coming around, and so it was nice to get my hands on a few of those and put them away.
Just check to see.
20 million? I could spend 20 million.
I think Miss Southern Belle left.
I see her chatting not that far back. Just before you type in Penny.
You still there, Miss Southern Belle?
I'm watching the bells of Southern Belle go by, swinging their hips and rolling their pretty eyes. Watching the bells of Southern Belle go by.
I think she is gone.
I'm sorry, I'm nowhere near popular enough. It'll
What
work
is going
on
on
that.
with this? It's backwards.
I was hoping Dale would be here. People love him.
I was hoping to.
No real difference, Christopher. I mean, Canadian banks are circulating the same coins that are all bashed out in Winnipeg or whatever, so not really so much. And I'm also just one province over, so it's not like I'm experiencing a completely different supply chain. Probably pretty much the same process that gets the coins out to as far as BC is in play, all the way to Alberta. I don't really expect. And the banks have been very good here too. Although I did run into a bank that has explained to me that there's not just me out there. So they're aware of the hobby, which is good too.
It looks like there's only the 4 today.
And I'm a wild card, so that makes it 3.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, well, let's change it up a little bit then. Last one standing. And let's give her a shot here.
So that means if I'm the last one standing, you got to do another wheel.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, away you go. With that understanding.
And
thank you for coming straight up metal detecting. Love you, man. That guy's entertaining as
amazing stuff.
Word I can't say. Look what you've done. Christopher Ty, there since the beginning. Oh, Tuber Chat. Tuber Chat is here. We can put their name in. Look what's going to happen here.
Oh,
look, I win.
You
okay,
win.
So now I'm committed.
So we're going to do it again.
Do it again. This time, Tuber Chat is here.
Yeah, we're going to throw Tuber Chat in there now.
And now you're going to get a set of commemorative quarters that are the 2017. Now, what the heck is the terminology for that painted quarter? The 2017 good wishes and great dreams, or I forget what they called it. Do you know what? You know the one I'm talking about, right? I'm gonna get a picture of it. We'll show. Internet, do serve me. Internet, give me what I want. Internet,
is
give me.
Marlon still here? Mayor Videos, did you take off?
Oops.
Yeah, it's not showing up as here. No. Okay, let's do this again. We got 4 again. Oh, thanks for playing, Tuber Chat. No way. And it's Christopher Ty.
Right on.
All right, Christopher. That's wonderful.
And thank God, in other words.
All right. So, Christopher, you just email me. I probably have your address, but just be on the safe side. I'll put it down here.
And now I'm going to be motivated to actually meet with you because I could just put this in your hand.
That's true. That makes it easier.
Yeah, and this is the one in the picture. We'll get you a painted one just like you see, and an unpainted version of the same. Hope for a Green Future is what it's called. And obviously there's no reason for me to remember that. And that's the truth.
That's it. Look at that. That's a nice one.
Yeah, we have some really, really nice examples. So you're going to get a really gorgeous looking. One of the ones I was blessed with, I happened to get a whole roll of them or whatever it was. It's just been a good one for me. So lots of stock. I can make sure I pick out a real shiny one, and we'll send you 2. So 50 whole cents. Lucky you. $5 shipping. But that is what we've got for you here.
Excellent. All right. Well, that was fun. Well,
we
guys,
made it fun because it was. We need somebody. Tell your friends next time we're going to have to bother y'all to share us out or something because we need to give away more things to peoples more peoples.
that we'll slowly but surely work up a little more content and, chit chatting back and forth, keeping in touch. That's an important thing, especially these days.
For me, it's just come sit down at the chair near the professor and see what the man has to say. Because although I'm not too much younger than the Skip, I did not do with my life what this man did with his. There's interesting stories and places he's been. There's a chronicle of a life well lived behind him in the cases, and people well considered that were never really part of my life. And it's interesting to learn as a fellow Canadian, especially these days when Canada means more to me now than maybe it has in the past. And so it's important for Canadians to not only get that feeling of, Canadianism. I don't want to say nationalism because it has a connotation that might not have what I'm looking for in it, but we gotta know who we are. We gotta, and we have to celebrate that because we're good people and we deserve better than we're getting.
Yeah, our national identity has taken a little bit of a kicking over the last
A
few
beating.
years. And I'm hoping within the next year or two, we're going to turn that around. Fingers crossed. You know, it's showing up in so many ways, and I think it's a tragedy.
Oh, yeah.
But you know,
But you see glimmers of hope on the horizon in different ways, and even in the UK, I heard one of their up-and-coming politicians speaking of, some of the ails that they've currently got and what he'd do, and I'm thinking, yeah, that kind of action that you're describing is what I wish they'd all do in these places. There are things that are just getting out of hand.
Yeah, I hope to for Tripwire. I hope to get down your way that maybe even as soon as this summer. Depends. I have to check to see if my old regiment back in Windsor, Ontario, is having a reunion, and if they are, I will be heading out to Windsor, Ontario, and spend a week hanging out with old friends and what family I've got left there, and maybe I could slip across the border and or vice versa, and we can get together. It'd be really nice. That would be in August.
I'll have to wave. They don't let me across the border.
Yeah, my wife can't go across the border yet, too. She's got to get a country.
They say, "Your papers, please." And I say, I have no papers.
I have no papers.
You will not cross. Oh.
Yeah. So in the meantime, guys, I want to thank everybody for being here. And thank you, Darren. You're going to stick around for a minute.
For a minute.
And wish you all well, and see you the next time we're on live. Cheers.